I'm getting gas. I had to stop at the gas station to get gas and to get my ice as usual. So it's gonna make me a few minutes. I'll probably get to work just on time, but I was riding around all day yesterday on E with my lights on. I'm like, no, let me get gas right now. Hold up. I swear, that fresh gas, whether it's fresh gas, old gas, oil gas, whatever it is, I just don't like it. I literally just putting the pump back up, hooking the pump back on there, I immediately got a headache. I don't see those of you that like the smell of gas. How do you do it? Why? Leave me a mess down there, because I know a lot of people that like, because my kids, I have kids that my sons especially, they love it. Every time I go to gas station, they're like, Mom, you don't like that gas? I'm like, no. And their dad was the same way. We would go to the gas station and stuff, and he like, man, I love the smell of gas. I used to remember back in the day, especially if you're from Chicago, probably some of the areas that some of you guys are around, you could pull up to the gas station, especially out in the city areas, and it would always be somebody there that wanted to they'll pump your gas for a couple of dollars. You can give them $2, $3 back. This was back in the day. If it was payday, a good day, they might make $5 to $10 just to pump your gas. Let me tell you something. Every time I go into the city, I be like, where those guys that they used to love to pump your gas? Like, what happened to those guys? I be looking for them. And some suburbs that you go to, you would find some of them in certain suburbs. I used to love those guys or girls that would sit out there and want to make money just by pumping your gas, especially if you was, and back then, you didn't have to worry about if you went into the gas station and them breaking into your car or running off in your car. It wasn't like how it is now, or how it gotten much later, because I would go in there, they'll wash your windows down and they'll do the whole shebang just to for you to make a few dollars. Some of them, I remember one guy, because y'all know I had a lot of kids. I always had a lot of kids. And I remember one guy that every morning he would be at the gas station right around the corner from my house. And I got to know him. Really, really nice. He would, sometimes after work, I would take the kids in the gas station, let them get them a little snack and different stuff like that. And the guy was so nice. He would like help me get the kids, in the car, or get our bags or whatever it is that we had in the car. He would always help me. Every morning he would be. Some mornings, if I didn't even come, he like, I was looking for you. Really, really, really nice guy, but always helped me with. I would say the hardest working woman in Chicago. He used to call me that because he would always see me. This was back in the day, honey, when the queen was hustling. I was doing it. I literally had to take my kids to daycare, take the older ones to school, and then I would have to go to work. So you talking about we would be out the door every day by 7 a.m. No later than 7 a.m. because there was so much that I had to do. And then my son, my oldest son, at the time, he was driving or starting to drive, and he would take my car, and for the weekend, I would let him use the car, and every Monday morning he would bring the car back on empty. So I would be so angry, because I would be like, it's just me. I don't want to have to go in the gas station and leave my babies in the car, especially in the wintertime when it's cold. because you didn't fill up the car. So, because what I would do is, I got paid every week. And on the week, what do we all do on Friday? Like today. Today we got paid. You fill up your tank. Like I was just at the gas station. That's the first thing that you do is fill up your tank. And hopefully it will get you through the week at least. So I would fill up my tank. Friday, he knew. I would fill up this was my routine. The only thing I would do for myself is go get my nails and feet did. So every payday, I would fill up my tank. Every second payday, I would get my nails and feet did. I swear, every Sunday, that boy would bring my car back on E. I had no gas. Now, mind you, I got to get up, drop kids off at the daycare, go to 3 or 4 different schools, and then get my ass to work on time. So we were out early. Sometimes I was dropping them off when they had, the before and after care. Sometimes I was dropping all of them off at like 6:30 in the morning. Sometimes they would be the first ones there, and then the school bus would come and get the other kids, or the daycare would. I think the daycare took them to school, because I think the one that they went to, some of them have their own little bus, and I think that bus, she wind up taking them to school when it was time for them to go to school. I think that's what that was. And so we did all of that, but he would like make me so mad. So what would make my day is the gentleman that would be there and I don't think he was homeless, because he would have fresh clothes on every now and then, but his mannerism and everything was just awesome. It is some good people out there. Don't judge a book by its cover. There's some great people out there. But so every morning he'd be the hardest working woman in Chicago, and he would help me get the kids in. If I forgot something, I'd be like, oh shoot, I forgot. He was like, I'll run in and get it. I could give him $5-10, or maybe don't give him a 20 and tell him what to bring me and tell him to keep the change. That guy was awesome. I loved him. I looked for him every single day. Even it got so like even the holidays, we would like get him something, or I'll give him a little extra money. But he would always help me with my kids. It got to the point that where I started to trust him. So he would say, you don't have to take the kids out. I'll keep an eye on the car. I'll watch them for you. And literally he would keep an eye on, I go in, I'll be in there maybe 5 minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes. And I go in, pay for the gas, or go do what I need to do. And then even when I would pay for the gas, he would already be pumping it. I would come out and he would already be pumping the gas. But he knew if I came, he was getting some money. He was getting some money. And you don't see those type of people that are really willing to work, that don't mind doing whatever. Now that's what you call a hustle. That's what you call a Chicago hustle. When you got those that are out here and they are willing to do whatever services they need. That dude used to open my door. He would go and then he would open the car door to let me out, and then run to the door at the gas station and open that door for me. This was back in the day. Y'all, I could talk to y'all about this kind of stuff all day, because the respect and everything that us older, that we gave to our, vets back in the day. That's what we call them. We would be like, yeah, she a vet. The guys be like, yeah, she a vet right there. She young. She not giving you no play. So now us, he popping willies this morning, early in the morning. These young folks don't give us no respect. None. They just buck wild disrespectful. I mean, back in the day, I'm not saying everybody was perfect. You did get those that would get out of hand, but you would always have someone that would gather their ass together real quick. It wasn't their parents. It was somebody else's parents, or someone, you would the neighborhood or the neighborhood itself, nobody would ever let you just say and do what the fuck you wanted to do to the elderly or to an older person or even to your own mom or grandma. That shit didn't roll. You would get, even, let me tell you something, even the drug dealers, the gang bangers, they had respect. Back in the day, honey, ask the OGs. Ask, y'all know the queen. I'm a OG vet. I'm an OG. I still go by, live by those rules. You did not. They didn't mess with kids. They didn't mess with the elderly or women. Women and children, you didn't fuck with them. You didn't disrespect them. They would even, I remember times, because I lived on the south side of Chicago for years, grew up in the south suburbs. And when something was about to go down, and if they saw you out there with your children, they'd say, Mama, get the kids and go in the house. Or even if they saw your children out there and they knew it was going to be some shit that was going down, they'll say, get your little brothers and sisters and going. I remember a lot of times my kids would go, oh shit, the dang on ducks is crossing the street, y'all. My kids come running in the house, and this is back when I had like 2 or 3. And they would, and I'm like, what is going on? And they was like, they told us to go in the house, and next thing you know, you heard pop, 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 pop. Back there, you ain't getting no warnings. You ain't getting no warnings, nothing, no respect, nothing. I don't care where you go. It pisses me the fuck off when I went to a Walmart or just a grocery store or any place, and I see some young person cursing out their mama, or being disrespectful to some other elderly person. Now, it's one thing if they being disrespectful to you. I can understand that, especially this day and time, because these youngsters, it's like, you ain't gonna talk to me no kind of way. Back then, I remember the older folks, they hated when you walked on their grass. We would be outside playing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And you go and walk on Miss Johnson's grass, and her or her husband, or y'all always knew. You knew the mean person, the mean family or lady or senior on the block. Everybody knew who was me, and everybody knew not to walk on Miss Johnson's grass. Don't ride your bike on her grass, or your ass was getting cursed the fuck out. And then you go tell your mama she cursed you out, and your mama will say, well, what the hell you was walking her grass for, or riding on her grass? We all know, but we was talking about this at work the other day. We had to get some letters and stuff out, and the assistant manager was telling the manager, oh, you forgot to highlight such and such in red. She said, you highlighted the part in yellow and you highlighted the other part in green or whatever it is. She said, but you got to highlight the other part in red. She said, they good. It's all right. They good. And so I screamed out, I said, that's that mama voice talk right there. I said, when you did something or whatever, and your mom would say, oh, they'll be all right. You'd be like, Mom, such and such, Johnny fell, or Andy, bust her knee or something, and she'll say, this shit up, and you'd be like, yeah, she's screaming, she'll be all right. She'll be all right. Back in the day, honey, that's how my mama, if you wasn't dead, or bleeding, pouring out of you, she'd be like, she be all right. She be good. You be good. None of that. It's just none of that. It's so sad. The disrespect. The disrespect. That's it. I can't do it, y'all. I cannot do it. I've always been one for respect, even with my children. I always tell them, you might not like what a person says to you. You may not like how they say it. But remember, you're still a child. You're in a child's place. I'm the adult. Come and let me know, and I'll handle it. That's how even in school. My kids was in school. I would say, Don't cuss the teacher out. Don't do. Now, I remember they had those issues like, when you would ask to go to the bathroom and the teacher get tired because 10 other kids asked to go. So when it gets around to you, she don't want to let yours go. And then and my kids, when they have to go, they have to go. And I would tell them, I say, ask her 3 times. 3 times, ask, may I go to the bathroom? Second time, I really need to go to the bathroom. The third time, I have to go. It is an emergency. I have to go to the bathroom. That's how I would tell them. And I would tell them, and if she still does not allow you to go to the bathroom, get up and walk out the room. Get up and walk out the room. And as you walking out the room, call me. Call me. Let me tell you, my kids' schools used to hate when my children would call me, because I would be up at that school in 5 seconds. I would tell my job or what I have to leave. There's an incident with my kid up at the school, and they would be like, go handle it. Go take care of what you need to do. Thank God that I always had good jobs that I was able to do that. But and they would be like, how did you know? And such, and I'd be like, don't worry about how I know what's going down. And I heard before the teacher get the line on my child, I heard everything. Everything. I didn't play with these kids. Now, I mean these teachers. Now, I also didn't take the word of my kid every single time. You know your children. And those of you that got badass kids that don't never listen to nobody, that's always keeping up mess, that's bullies, you know who those are too. And so I knew my children. I knew, and that's I think one of the reasons why the schools always loved me, because I never sided with my kids because they were my children. If they were in the wrong, oh please, I would be sitting up, I'd be like, why you didn't do what you were supposed to? You knew you were supposed to do, X, Y, and Z, woo, woo. And then I would tell the school, give her detention. I remember CC would always come. They would call me about, she never followed dress code. Never followed dress code. And they would call me just about every day, y'all. Every day they would call me. And they would say, Mom, you need to bring her an extra pair of clothes, change of clothes, or she's going to have to wear her gym uniform. And I would say, didn't y'all go over dress code with her? Yeah. Didn't we fill out that form that, it says that, even now they still have it, that you went over the schools and regulations and you went over dress code and all that, and then there's a place for the students to sign, and there's a place for the parents to sign. I said, didn't I sign that? Yes. Wasn't CC's signature on there? Didn't she sign that? Yes. I'm not coming up to the school. She's old enough. She's in high school. She knows about dress code. I know about the dress code. You all know about dress code. Make her wear a uniform. I'm not leaving my job to go all the way home to get her a change of clothes, and then have to bring them back up there. Now I done missed an hour, 2 hours of pay. Because I say on top of that, give her detention, give her after school, give her something. But no, I'm not doing it. And every day I would get a call from some class about dress code, for her. But they knew I didn't play, and they would be like, that's why we love you, because we know you're gonna be fair. You gotta be. I was that parent that I was fair and honest, but I ain't take no shit off of those teachers, bus drivers, any of those. You not gonna just blame shit on my kids and think that we just gonna take it. And now, and those times when I told them, I remember when Cece had a bully. This girl would bully her every day. Bitch was so fucking jealous. Every day she would come home and say, "Mom, that broad is still messing with me," and woo woo woo. And I'll be like, she your size, she your, I'm asking, and the girl was like 3 times her size. She's like, Mom, she a bigger. I said, you know why she's messing with you? Because you 3 times smaller than her, and she think you're not gonna do anything. I said, the next time that bitch come in your face, you tell her to back the fuck up off you. Just like I'm saying, you tell her to back the fuck up off you. Give you 3 feet. No, give you 5 feet. If that bitch still, and she, instead of her walking away from you, she walking up on you, I say you get a lock, you get a brick, a book, or something, and you tear that bitch down. About a week or so, maybe a few days, the girl came teasing her. She told her to give her 5 feet. The girl still walking up on her and everything. Next thing I know, Cece tore her ass down. The school calls me. I said, we've been telling y'all this girl been messing with my daughter, for months, and nothing has been done. Well, everybody witnessed that. Our witnesses witnessed that she threw the first punch. So since she threw the first punch, we have to give her 10 days. I said, okay. I said, we'll take that 10 days gladly. Happily, we'll take that 10 days. I ain't have a problem. But she never had any issue brought again. Never. Anyway, guys, I'm at work. I love you guys. I will see you later. Ta-ta for now, and happy Friday.